It's the 17th of September, 1993. Violence has broken out in the Republic of Georgia, the newly created state that was until recently part of the Soviet Union. In 1991, the Republic of Georgia declared independence from the Soviet Union. Less than a year later, separatists in the region of Abkhazia started violent clashes with Georgian security forces in an attempt to secure their independence from Georgia. Initially, Georgia was able to contain the violence, but Abkhazian forces have stormed back and are threatening to overrun significant portions of their territory, including now the city of Sukhumi. There are reports of ongoing ethnic cleansing in the occupied zones. The Soviet Union has entered the fray, portraying itself as an objective arbitrator, but it's widely suspected that the Soviets are actually arming and supporting the Abkhazians. The Georgian government is hesitant to confront the Soviets directly for fear of provoking a wider conflict with Russia. This approach does not sit well with the pilots of the Georgian Air Force. They have husbanded some significant resources and sophisticated weapons for just this moment. Unbeknownst to Russia, they have two modern Su-25T attack planes and sophisticated weapons to mount on them. The pilots sit in the ready room and decry the squeamishness of politicians, until one receives an anonymous phone call. The speaker identifies himself only as a friend of liberty. He tells the pilot that he works for the National Intelligence Bureau and that he is in possession of information provided by our NATO friends that has identified the headquarters compound of the Russian forces supporting the rebels. He also says that there are friends of liberty amongst the senior staff and armorers at the Kutaisi Air Base. They can make sure, on the following morning, that one of the Su-25Ts is armed and ready with a flight plan loaded to take it to the Russian headquarters. All it will require is a brave man to fly it into destiny. Obviously, whoever flies the aircraft will never be able to know the identities of those who helped prepare the mission. He will have no help once he taxis out to the runway. The hopes of all true Georgian patriots will go with him, but he will be a force of one. Is the pilot interested? Yes, he is. And so, in the early morning light, a single, heavily loaded Su-25T taxis out and takes off, headed east. The flight plan will take the pilot north into the mountains and then west, flying down the valley of the Chakalpa River, just inside the northern border with Russia. At the end of that valley, the pilot will cross the mountains and descend into the valley of the Zipi River, which empties into the Black Sea, north and west of Gudoda, near the western border. At that moment, where the river turns towards the sea, the pilot will find himself hidden deep within a valley, but only 10 kilometers from his target, the headquarters of the Russian Special Forces in Abkhazia. The moments after that will decide his fate. Let's join him in the cockpit as he flies down the Zipi River Valley. All right, we're getting close now. Time to get a little bit farther down inside the valley, just in case there's anybody paying attention, and review what we're going to do here. So, in addition to the headquarters compound that we're ultimately going to take out, it looks like the intelligence photographs also indicate that there's probably a SAM site, probably an SA-6 site on the hilltop nearby. We don't know whether or not they'll be in a high readiness state. Hopefully not. We have one KH-58 anti-radiation missile, so the first thing we're going to do when we pop up is see if we get a mud spike, and if we do, we're going to try and take out that SAM site, so then we can be free to come back around and take out the headquarters. To take out the headquarters itself, we have, first of all, a KH-29 TV-guided missile that hopefully we can launch from long range, and we'll try to put that right into the main headquarters building. And then we have 4 KH-25 laser-guided missiles that will, if we get a chance to do a third pass, we'll see what more damage we can do with those. So we're finally lined up. You can see the valley heading off to the left there. So this is our pop-up point straight ahead of us. It's nearly time. Okay, now that I know that I'm lined up on the final waypoint, I've changed to air-to-ground mode, and I have my Phantasmagoria pod on so that it can find the SAM radar if it comes on, and the anti-radiation missile is armed, and it's just about time to pop up. Stay as low as we can over this side of the ridge, and then try to get up and hopefully get that radar spike so we can take care of the SAM site. Up we go. Right, so it's going to be a little bit of a race here to see whether or not I can... there. Okay, we've got the spike. Got to find the radar. There it is. Got to lock on it. Got to lock on it before he gets a chance to launch on me. Get up there, get locked, and launch. All right, now we need to get back down into the valley. So we can break that lock. Dive, dive, dive. Oh, we got to launch. There's the missile coming for us, but I think we're going to be fine because we're going to get down below this way. Okay, that was probably closer than we really wanted it to be. Hopefully our radiation missile is going to take care of them. Of course, the only way that we're going to know for sure is when we finally make a break here, come back up and see if the radar is still active. So we won't know until we have a chance to do that. Give our missile lots of time to do its job. Come right down to the seacoast here, go around and back up the next valley. Stay low for now. Once we get to the top of this valley, we'll pop up again, and if we don't get a radar tone, then we'll start looking for that headquarters to put the KH-29 in. So we've got the KH-29 selected. Once we get a little closer, we'll turn the television on and start looking for a target. Fingers crossed that we actually got the SAM site. It's going to be a short day if we didn't. All right, time to go up again, take a look to the left. Wait to see. Hopefully we won't hear the radar warning. So far, so good. So far, so good. I think maybe we got it. All right, we need to start looking for that headquarters. It's down in the valley there somewhere. Pretty much right in the middle between the two mountain ridges. It was about where the SAM site was. I think I see it. Let's get the television on. That looks like it there. Yep. Let's zoom in. Pick up a target. Okay, we still got a ways to go before we're within range. So now we just need to keep flying towards the target until we are inside the launch range. At that, I think I might be able to clean that target up a little bit better. Some fine adjustments here. Yeah, go down. Oops. In there. Looks like about where we want it. Almost there. Almost there. Launch authority. Oh. Alright, time to break away again. Let that missile do its business. We'll go back around and come back up one more time. We still haven't stirred up the hornet's nest. We got 4 more presents for Uncle Ivan. Just get down over this ridge. Hopefully that KH-29 is a very nice breakfast present for the folks at that headquarters. Alright, get down over this ridge. And we'll go back around one more valley here. Probably don't have that much more time before either we get some Russian fighters or some other assets stirred up. But we're going to take one more shot, do as much damage as we can. We've come this far. There's no point in not going home with any missiles on board. Back up the valley. Once we get to the top of the valley, we'll pop up, look left, pick up the target, do a ripple fire of all 4 missiles in one pass. Alright, up we go. Oh, good. Smoke. Well, we hit something. Chance to assess just how much damage we did. See if all the sacrifices that everyone has made to get us this far were worth it today. Alright, let's get zoomed in. Ooh, lots of secondary explosions. Sure what that is. Maybe we got a convoy in front of the compound at the same time. Well, let's take a look at these buildings over here. That looks like it might be a vehicle park to the left of these buildings. So how do we want to take those out with our 4 KH-25s? We will, well, which end? We will start at this end, walk the missiles back through the vehicle park and onto the building. That ought to be a good way to wrap this up. Now it's just, we got the laser on, and it's just a matter of waiting until it's time. Launch authority 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's 1 hit. Keep moving it. 2 hits. 3 hits. And 4 hits. And time to be out of here. That's a pretty satisfying amount of destruction to do from 1 airframe. So far there's no noticeable response, but that doesn't mean it isn't on the way. Right, time to retrace our steps. I don't actually even know if I've got enough gas to get all the way back to Kutaisi, but I can certainly get close enough. If I have to eject in the mountains, I'm sure someone will find me. Safety's just up over a couple more ridges. One more ridge, and then we're back down into the Zippy River Valley. We can take it towards home. As always, if you enjoyed this what if video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and this is going to be Sidekick. Signing off.